Learn English through stories B3. Adapted and modified by Kulwant Singh Sandhu. Contents: 1. A waiter. 2. A crafty cat. 3. Lost and found. 4. The cow and the tiger. 5. The monkey and the wedge. 1. A waiter. He was poor. He needed more money. He needed a good job. He had a job, but it wasn't a good job. It was a bad job. He was a waiter. He worked in a restaurant. Customers usually gave him 10 rupees for a tip. Sometimes they gave him a 20 rupee note. Sometimes they gave him nothing. That made him angry. One day, a husband and wife came to the restaurant. They talked to him. He told them about his work. They gave him a 50 rupee note and left. One Sunday, he saw them in the park. He went to them to say hello. Their house worker had left a week earlier, so they needed a new one. He agreed to work for them. They were both teachers and had 2 children. The children were studying in classes 4 and 5. Their study room was full of books. He did all sorts of house jobs: cooking, cleaning, gardening, etc. In his spare time, he read books. His native language was Hindi, so he helped the children with their Hindi homework. The children helped him with his English. The dad helped him with his maths. The mother helped him with science. One day he read this poem: If you've tried and have not won, never stop for crying. All that's great and good is done just by patient trying. Though young birds in flying fall, still their wings grow stronger, and the next time they can keep up a little longer. 3 years later, he passed his 10th board exam with very good marks. 2. A crafty cat. When he was a strong young cat, he caught many mice. The mice were afraid of him then. But in time he grew old and could not catch mice anymore. One day he decided to play a trick on the mice. He lay on his back and did not move at all. A mouse saw him and thought he was dead. She ran to her friends and said, "The cat is dead. Let us dance and play." And all the mice began to dance and play. They were very happy. They danced and danced around the cat, and the cat did not move. Then one of the mice jumped on the cat's head. "Look at me. Come nearer, all of you. The bad cat is dead. Let us dance on his head." But suddenly the cat jumped up and caught the silly mouse. The other mice ran away as quickly as they could. Mice, don't forget. Never believe a cat. 3. Lost and found. Tanu was 10 years old and studying in year 5. One day, she was lonely and bored. There was no school for weeks as it was the summer holiday. Mom and Dad had to go to work, so she stayed at home alone. She watched television, then she played a game on her computer. She looked at the clock. It was only 11 a.m. Mom and Dad would not be home until 5 p.m. She sent a message on her mobile phone to her friends, but they did not answer. It was hot in the house. She looked out the window onto the street. There was no one in the street. Some people were at work. Some people who work at night were sleeping. Some people had gone away to the seaside for a holiday. She left the house and walked down the street. She did not know where she was going, but it was better than sitting in the hothouse. She walked past some waste ground. There used to be houses there, but now it was just empty land. It was a place where people left their broken washing machines, toys, and baby prams. Something was running about on the waste ground. It was a small animal, a puppy. She followed it. The puppy was very pretty, plump, with shiny fur and big brown eyes. It looked like a lion cub. She loved it. Come here, Lovey. She held out her hand. The puppy stopped, but looked afraid. She stroked his fur. He stood still. He seemed a little afraid, but let her pick him up. She carried him home. Lovey looked hungry, so she gave him cold meat which she found in the fridge and some milk. He ate it all. Mom and Dad were not so happy about Lovey. Where does he come from? He might bite the furniture. Mom added, but did not say anything else when she saw Tanu stuck to cry. He can be my friend and keep me company when you are at work. Mom and Dad nodded. They knew Tanu was lonely sometimes. Lovey changed Tanu's life. They ate, played, and watched TV together, and Lovey even slept in his dog basket in Tanu's room. Then suddenly one day, when she and Lovey were walking in the street, a young girl ran up to them. Jack. Lovey ran towards the girl and was very excited. Oh, I've been searching for you everywhere. Tanu stood and watched. Lovey seemed to like the girl as much as her. Jack was in the garden, but went through the fence and must have got lost. I've been so sad since I lost him. Tanu felt sad now. Lovey was her best friend, but he belonged to the girl, not her. Manu, Jack looks so fat and happy. Thank you so much for looking after him. He was lucky to find a kind friend like you. Tanu felt too sad to speak. Come with us. Let's go and have an ice cream in the park and play with Jack. I think we three are going to be good friends and have a lovely summer together. Tanu did not feel so sad anymore. She had not lost her friend Jack, but found another friend, Manu. She thought to herself, this summer holiday is going to be really great. 4. The Cow and the Tiger. Once there was a cow who lived with her calf on a small farm. She used to go to the forest area to graze. When she used to return to her shed in the evening, her calf used to drink her milk. The calf was only 2 months old. It was white with black spots. The cow loved her calf very much. One day, it was a bright sunny day. The cow had a chat with her calf. She said to her calf, I will give you milk when I come back from the forest. I am going now, bye. The cow was going to the forest for grazing when she met a tiger. The tiger was very hungry. He had not had food for 3 days. He was starving. The tiger wanted to kill the cow for his meal. When the tiger came closer, the cow made a request. The cow said to the tiger, I've got a calf at home, and she is very hungry. If you kill me right now, my calf will die of hunger. The tiger thought for a few minutes and said, I am not a fool. If I leave you now, you will not come back. You will move somewhere else. You may go to a different country. You cannot trust anybody nowadays. The cow said to the tiger, I promise to come back after feeding my calf. First, I need to graze some grass. When I am full, I will go to my shed. I will feed my calf and come back. I always keep my promise. The tiger listened to the cow's serious request and finally said, You can go, but you have to come back soon. The cow went to the forest. She grazed for a whole hour. She was full. She went back to her shed. Her calf was asleep. The cow said to her calf, Wakey, wakey, milk time. The calf woke up. The calf had a dream in her sleep. She was very happy. She had many friends. All her friends were not only herbivores, plant eaters, but they were also carnivores, meat eaters. Examples of herbivore animals: rabbits, hares, goats, sheep, deer, elephants, and many more. Examples of carnivore animals: tigers, lions, dogs, wolves, jackals, cats, and many more. The cow gave her calf milk. The calf was full. The calf was happy. The calf was jumping up and down. The cow was very sad. The cow had to go back to the tiger. She could not break her promise. She talked to her calf. The cow said to her calf, There is a small field of grass not very far from the shed. You should go there to graze. The grass is very soft. Then she started for the forest again, reassuring her calf that she'll be back very soon. Soon she reached the forest and gave a cry for the tiger. The tiger came and saw the cow and was surprised to see her back. The tiger could not believe it. The tiger thought to itself, I have never seen any animal like this cow before. She is so honest. She kept her promise and came back. I know I am hungry, very hungry. I am starving. I am getting thin. I am in a dilemma. Shall I kill the cow or not? I will not kill this cow. I will go somewhere else and find my food. The tiger said to the cow, I cannot harm you. Instead, I will protect you from other wild animals in the future. I admire your courage. I admire your honesty. I admire your character. I want to build my character like yours. I would like to tell your story to other animals. I will tell cubs to be honest and brave. Thank you, cow mother, for teaching me a moral lesson. Saying this, the tiger went back into his den. The cow returned to her calf before sunrise, and they lived happily. 5. The Monkey and the Wedge. There lived a family of monkeys near a village. They were 7 of them. Mother the monkey, father the monkey, and 5 children. All the children were good, but one. He was the youngest. His name was Shiku. His mom liked him very much, maybe too much. He became very naughty. He loved touching things. Sometimes he annoyed people. In the village lived a man called Bhim Singh. He was the village head, a sarpanch. He had long, thick mustaches. He was very arrogant. He always shouted at children. He always wore a yellow turban. Once he was going to the town. On the way, there was a mango tree. The monkey family lived in the tree. The monkey family went to work, but Shiku stayed at home. It was a hot summer day. Bhim Singh was sweating profusely. He sat under the mango tree. Shiku was playing nearby. The man shouted at the monkey. Shiku climbed up the tree and sat down. The man lay down and fell asleep and started snoring. Shiku heard this and came down. Shiku took the turban from the man's head and climbed up. The man woke up in a state of panic. He touched his head. There was no turban. He looked up at the tree. Shiku was wearing his turban. The man shouted to Shiku, "Give my turban back." Luckily, the man had some monkey nuts with him. He put them near the mango tree and walked to a side. Shiku climbed down and put the turban on the ground. Shiku took the nuts and climbed back to the top. After this incident, Shiku was badly spoilt. He started doing too many naughty things. One day, he went to the village. There was some construction going on in the village. He arrived there when the villagers were away for lunch. The naughty monkey saw a partly sawed log with a wedge in it. He wondered what would happen if he removed the wedge. He managed to pull out the wedge, but the gap in the log closed and the monkey's leg was trapped. He cried in pain and managed to free his leg, but it was already badly hurt. He limped back to the mango tree and told his mom what had happened. His mom put some cream on his leg and said, "You were getting too naughty. Now you have learned your lesson. From next week, when you are better, you are going to work with us." Shiku said to his mom, "I am sorry. I will not interfere in someone else's business in the future."